All right, so here we are. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to take this. I can call this just mask or better mask. All right, and we're going to go here. And yeah, if in the background there's someone mowing the lawn, I have my studio built in the garden. So, okay, so we're gonna delete the mask, and then we're gonna make our new mask, and then we're gonna 100% it, and we're gonna draw in our mask. And in the other video, I sort of explained why the mask it makes, and this is, yeah, it's the new, it uploads I guess it uploads a version of your image and then makes a mask and does. I'm not sure how, but it's the AI super mask, and I would say that it is, well, don't get me wrong, for this it's actually odd, because I would argue that the easy stuff, which is this, like, this is me making a mask. It's just a brush and that's it. It's not hard to do, but it can't do that. It takes a human brain still to create a mask here. What it needs is a hard edge. Like here, it's pretty good. Yeah, I would argue that it's, well, let's give it a go. Let's see how well I do against it. I still wonder if the background is a little bit too light, but I can sort that out. Remember, I'll be adding noise to the background, so the noise that you see in the image, and that will help it blend. So yeah, so the easy stuff, it creates, in my view, too much of a hard edge. So if you look at mine here, and then if we have a look at its, yeah, it's really, taking the precise edge of it. But I would argue that let's have a look. Or maybe it's better. Yeah, I would actually say, on taking that back, that it has a bit of texture to the edge. So there it has won. But here, yeah, this is too harsh. And let's take the ear. So how am I going to do this? So let's see what I can do. Need to be on that. So the way I would do it, yeah, is I would do this, and then I would get a adjustment layer and apply it, and then I would get this and I would bring it up to here. All right, so obviously that looks a bit odd because I haven't taken, like, this needs to go, like this. So let's do this. Again, it's a good example actually where the 20-second auto selection is good enough. Yeah, like I'm not. If you were a client and you had a certain amount of budget, and you know, this is perfection that I'm doing, I would say that what it's doing is, you know, good enough. It's very good. Like around the hair, I would say it's probably better than what I could. Well, better. I think I always believe that you know, my view on the finish and everything is like a, I don't know. Could I do better? You know, I guess there's going to be a point where I can't argue that, and what it produces would be better. But the only, you know, but I could put to that is that it could do better, but I have to check over the whole image to make sure it hasn't screwed anything up. So maybe that adds to the time. I don't know. Anyway, let's have a look. So we have our all right, so let's look where we are. So this is me. So all these fine hairs and everything are still there. Okay. And then this is it. Yeah, they're gone. I would argue that mine is a more natural finish, and it's a harsh finish. And again, it's probably the easier area to do. I just don't think it's got the knowledge or the insight into being able to know where a natural edge is. That is done by human brain and sight, and it doesn't have a human brain or sight. Well, maybe it has sight, but anyway, I would say that this is better. I will zoom in a bit just to show you. So this is it as it is. Then I am taking, let's just do that. So then I'm adding in, you know, up roughly to the edge, and then I'm lightening it up. Obviously it's lightening, so I have to actually mask this off, and then I'm actually just lightening the edge like this. So I guess, and then I need to, you know, take that back a bit, not go too far. So it's quite a bit of work, you know, it's not 2 seconds. So I probably go too much. And you see here that it's not doing so well, but it gets me nearly there. And then I can take back the black in. All right, so like this. Okay, so this is my technique, which I've always used, and then this is its technique. So you can see, you know, once you get high editing like this, and it, you know, you need, you know, if this was being printed the size of a wall, or, you know, a few meters, this is going to notice. I would say I would look at it and go, it's pretty harsh selection. Meanwhile, this, I wouldn't even know. So I am still useful. But obviously you have to weigh it up with the, with the job, you know, how good does this need to be? I would say that if it's my work, then it needs to be damn good, and I wouldn't want the selection that it gave. But around the hair, we'll have a look at that in a minute. I could argue that I'm not sure if I could do better. All right, so I'm just going around, just checking So I guess, you know, this is the first time I've really analyzed the, I haven't edited a portrait for a little while. I've been doing product shots and things like this. And I guess actually that's on my website. I have a portrait area coming, and that's because I want to get back into doing more portraits. All right, so what are we doing? All right, so here I would add another adjustment curve like this and do it down, and then I would take this and get the same like about there, and then mask it out, and this is how I would build it up. And then I am getting this, and I am, you see how well it works. It's but this method doesn't create a actual mask. That's the disadvantage. Like, there's never a perfect way of doing something. So you never have, let's say I did a bug edit, which took me years, and see now I can go up a little bit closer. You see, are we on the right? Yep. And then like I can go down a little bit because I want to cut in a little bit there. So you see, it's not written in stone the way that you. It's a thought. It needs thought behind it. Yeah, it's not just one click. And then anytime I would say that I have. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, if I wanted to draw a hair, so it's a little bit, I would then do a hair layer on top. It is really that's going on. It's not a. Then you can check your layer. So actually, I need to be 100%. It's a good way of learning. So that can go in, and then look, you can see you're never quite. What I tend to do at some point is I zoom out, and then like that's not 100% white. And here, like you have to. But you see how rough the selection is. It's not this edge. Like, this is me working along with the adjustment layer, and this is its selection. And it's really like it's decided this is the edge, and then it's taking it in, and it's I think it's good for the hair. Like, that's quite a rough selection, and it's good. Like, yeah, it's lost a lot of the hair that I've done, and maybe I need to draw those back in. Yeah, like, but it's the trouble with my method. If you've got long hair and it's then it works very well. But this type, I would say that maybe on some of the other edits that I'd done, this would have been because before the selection was never good enough. All right, so saying that, let's do the same here. But again, make life easy for yourself. And again, we want to take quite a big brush so we don't lose this sort of fuzziness on the edge. It's nice actually to have some time to do this and to show that we are still useful. Like like sometimes it gets very scary that these AI things are coming in and everything, and it concerns me. Even like the AI, you can do a little sketch, or your kid can do a little sketch, and then you can upload that and say do a character, and it makes this beautiful, like a plasticine character or something. It's catching up, and it is impressive, but yeah, it is impressive, but at what cost? Does your kid then just see the image that it's created and look at their work and think, oh, this is the beginning, it needs to be finished? I don't know. All right, come on, Photoshop, catch up. I find this, especially with big files, like this is a lot. But all this is turned off. That's why I've turned it off, and we're here, and I'm waiting. It like locks up for 20 seconds. I had this a lot on various things, and this is not a slow computer. This is a Xenon chip. 16 cores, which are 4 cores. None of these, 4 cores and economy cores or whatever they are on the consumer level. And this is overclocked to 5.2 gigahertz across on all cores. Like, and still, like, I would say, here we go. Yeah, and then look, it's catching up. What's going on? And now, okay, have you caught up? Now we're caught up. Like, come on. Like, what's... Like, still laggy. Like, yeah, to the point where I start to want to check what's going on. Okay, we're back. No, we're not. So that is again. Oh no, we're okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's just so similar in color that you can't really see the difference. Yeah, okay. All right, so now we can fill in the gaps. The wonders of working with Adobe software. Like, I've got 128K of RAM as well. Oh, so K. Gigabytes of RAM. And still. And I went with a Xenon chip because then I have 8 slots. So for the RAM, and I can really boost that up. At the time, that was as much as I could put in, but I don't think I can get 256 in there now. I have to check on what speeds they are. But and also I built the system myself and overclocked it myself. And which was the first time I built a system in a while. Like when I was growing up, I always used to build them, and then a few times I got companies to build them. All right, we're going to do the same method. So we take it up to about here. But yeah, the consumer level, I try to stay away from. Like, it's more expensive doing it as a workstation. But it stays relevant for longer. And it's the RAM. Like, I heard so many problems with sticking in. How many slots do you have on consumer? I think you have 3 slots or 4 slots. I'm not sure. No, sorry. So it'd be 4 slots or 6 slots. I think it's 4. But using all of those, there's problems, or it won't see it all. Or anyway, I decided that wasn't the route for me. All right, so we're going to do the same as we did before. So we go in, we create another curves adjustment layer, do it. Then we get here and we lighten it up to about the same, like that. And then we come out and then we draw it back in. Like this. Let's adjust it. Yeah, and this method, like I've used it for like, I don't know how many years. And it's nice to know that I've gone this far. So see, now you can see I can go up with the other layer and cut in a little bit because it's the same color. It's easier to do. But it's nice to know that this is still the better. Yeah, sorry. So I have to say that a lot because I feel like we're getting to a point where I have to justify that I'm better at AI. Or it's nice to say that I'm better at AI. But probably by seeing this, and if this ever gets out there, yeah, guys, catching up again. It will learn this method and then we'll be screwed anyway. And they're still cutting the grass. All right, let's come around here and then so you can see the texture, which we can now take out because it's the same color. And now we can see how far we can go up. And I'll probably do this rather than just adding the texture in back, because then I can saw that I have to match up the 2 different textures, and that could be harder. I don't know. I think I've probably tried those things out years ago, and that's why this is what I'm doing, rather than if I remember why. It's too long ago. All right. All right, that's good. So I've come up to the hair on both sides. And then I think this is probably where I use the other one. Oh, I use it for now. So I've just copied the catching up again. It could be these adjustment layers for and I dread to use Photoshop's support line. And it's not really their fault because they do have to follow a, they have to make sure that these things have been done beforehand. But ticking their boxes, you spend like hours before they actually get to looking at your problem. And it's usually delete all your preferences. All right. So we're getting there. So it's okay. There's something here. Okay, yeah, I used that there. So I need to take this selection, and then we need to go here, and then we can. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like you can see here. So this is my selection, and this is its selection. It really cuts in. I'd still argue too much. You can see here the skin actually comes up here, and then it cuts in so much that there's an angle here now. But again, like it's good enough, isn't it? But yeah, it really sort of fades in around the ear. It's a lot worse. All right. Anyway, hair. The hair is good. So we're going to turn that off, put the hair on, and then we're going to take a mask here, and we're going to probably mask. Oh, that's better. Maybe we do 40. Is it doing anything? Yeah, it is. Maybe it needs to be 80. So I'm just going to go around the edge. Maybe it should be 100 really. So obviously, like it's too heavy because I'm just putting it straight on the top where it's already got these hairs drawn in. So I am just taking that off. And also, yeah, like I could probably just use the selection it has. Or I could just paint them on the other way. Anyway, this is the way I've done it. All right, so So yeah, obviously the hairs, I don't want any of the hairs. I just need the hairs on the edges. I should have just made a mask where it's black and then just drawn it on rather than this way. And that's the way I'm going to do it. What am I doing? Let's delete that. Make a new mask and hide it. And then just go around the edges, which is a lot easier. Yeah. And a lot more controlled. What was I thinking? So I'm just bringing so this is everything I've drawn in. So it's a nice way of doing it, actually. Like, this is far quicker than how I would do it otherwise. Yeah, that is damn good. Let's just check. You see, like, when your layers are a mess, you know that you've properly edited. All right, so we get in there. We're sort of near finishing. So the background's nice. We can check on that. Yeah, there you go. So now I would probably, I'd turn that off. What would I do? Yeah, I would do this. So I would, yeah, maybe I should, no, I won't organize anything. I would take my mask, all right, and then I would get my background. So now I have my background here. I would convert that to a smart layer. And then I will get the camera raw. Yeah, you can see some of these areas because, yeah, why would that be so? Because this is a full, okay, no, hang on. So we're getting, this is stamping the full, okay, I know why. It's because this mask, there are areas here that aren't fully white, which we can check here. Can we check? I'm moving my brush over and looking at the info, and it's all 100% white. But there must be, you know, maybe it's so minute difference that it's oh yeah, there's some areas which have 1%. Yeah. So I wonder if I can do this. This is what I've done before in the past, and then I will selection and contract. Yeah, contract by, you know, like 20 pixels or a bit more. Let's do another 40. All right, and then you can just edit, fill in white. And I wonder now if when I take, oh yeah, this is a stamp, and I take this and I go there, and then I can delete this, And then I'll convert this to a smart layer. And then I go here and do camera raw. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's just a minute little. Anyway, yeah, you still see here like these, you know, where there isn't the mask, but you can't really tell. I swear I used to. Yeah. I swear, like when you swap it onto here, that you could. No, you can't. You can't. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way of you know, other than really, yeah, like you can sort of see the, yeah, there's a little, well, you won't be able to see it, but I can just about see it on my screen. And there's, yeah, like, yeah, I guess it's not nothing to worry about. There's so small percentage that it's not going to be noticeable. I just guess like it's just nice in my brain to have a, yeah, look, there's a little bit there. Yeah, so it is right. There are little bits. But anyway, all right, I'm getting hung up on perfectionism. Yeah, okay, let's redo it anyway. So we stamp a layer, we take our background, we stamp that up, and we can take that away. We convert this to a smart layer, and then we can add some noise to it, and then we can adjust it at any point when we need to. So camera raw. Oh, I'm actually over the time, so let's go in, and I think it's effects. Yeah, grain. We just wanna. I'd say probably there. Sometimes what you can do is you can get the grain here, and then you pull this to the side, and then you can sort of match it up. But I think that's probably good. Yeah, no, it's a bit small. We want that grain a bit larger. Oh, no, sorry. Obviously you just want this on. So yeah, look, we can see. So we want it a bit larger than that. So we'll come up a little bit there, and then we're maybe something like that. Maybe I'll tone it down a little bit. Although you can just use opacity to tone it down. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. Yeah, that's good. So look, we can see here now that we have a texture to it, whereas before we have smoothness, see? And that's always a good way to know that you're getting near the end of editing. So yeah, I would say that now I would probably just do sharpening. This is a high, well, I think I'm at F8, maybe F11. Yeah, it's quite a sharp image in the sense of what I did. Anyway, we're gonna just mark that as ref. For reference, so it's off. The hair we put on. Yeah, we can just do a little bit of color grading maybe. So we're going to finish it off on the next one. Yeah. Okay. I'll finish it off on the next one. Bye-bye.